Okay. So we should have sound.
Okay.
Turn that off. It's live and getting started on my live, so, and I didn't want you guys to wait any longer. Sorry about that. So I have sound now. I have camera, lights, and we have action. Machiwa. All right. Okay. That was a little rough start, but we got it. Much respect to all those who are going to be coming on in. Machiwa. Let me tell members real quick. It takes just a few seconds. Yeah, make sure I'm in general chat, going live. This is not live. This is not chat. Going live. I won't do anything special, just push going live. Alright, thank you so much for being here, because we're going to be talking about some serious aliens. They're not really called ETs either, they're called MTs, Metaterrestrials. And so if you think about all of this as being creation, yes, well, there's a beginning point, right? So this is what this is about. Even before the planets were created, even before the aliens were created, it was these Universal Trinity, the three primary founders race. And I want you guys to know, let me make sure it's actually working. Like, people will tell me in chat if it's not. Abby White, welcome, holy ones. Oh my gosh, thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your testimony. Abby says, thank you for all your help on my spiritual journey. Much respect, you guys. I love to hear that. Thank you for sharing, because I do this for you. And when I get haters. I get people saying some pretty messed up stuff, right? But then I see your guys' loving comments and telling me how this information is helping you. That is an awesome gift. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here again. Bela, thank you for being here, Holy One. Howdy, she says. We have Abby. Yes, our spiritual journey. Hey, Susie Wilson, much respect. Melanie Love, Stephen Vargas. All right, yeah, we got this. Jasmina, all right. You guys got some cool names, by the way. Peace and love to all, says Mayet Toy 100. Sorry, it's hard to pronounce your name. Galactic Guardians. We get this lag notice already. I wonder why I'm getting lag. I see 44 viewers and 11 likes. That's 4411. Hey, that's a good sign. Isabella. Shannon. Kaiba Starseed. All right, you guys. A lot of you want to know about these primary founder races, yes? So, most of us down here, we're conditioned, we're programmed. And so we're taught that everything goes this way, that you came from pond scum or apes, and then you expanded to human. That's one idea. And then the religion thinks God created the universe in a few days, and God's a boy, but no. So here we are talking about not all the creation, but we're going to talk about what we exist within. And that is the multiverse, and which is 5 universes, and each one has 3 dimensions. So 3 times 5, that's 15. There's 15 dimensions. And then there's the parallel. So there's 2 systems, but there's actually a 3rd system called phantom. So we have 3 systems, and this is where all life is originating from somewhere. There's actually, a time frame that time's an illusion, right? But there's matrix. In the hologram matrix, you make reference to time, so we can point and say, hey, okay, you're talking about that section of the hologram. So it's basically helps you find in the time space where you're located, but realize it's all God. It's all experimenting itself in all these infinite expressions, And so God is great, and that's what we're talking about tonight at the beginning of our creation, which is called a hologram, 15-dimensional time matrix. And right at the top, there's the beginning first races. Those beginning first races are what's called the primary founders. The primary founders, 3 of them, the 3 primary founders, well, each one created races, extraterrestrial races underneath it, below it, in the lower dimensions. Remember, it's way up here, and they create races in the lower dimensions, and those races create races, and those races, until you get to the bottom where we are. You know, this is the density 1 universe. 1 out of 5, so we're the lowest. So what that means, what that translates to, we have the least frequency. Energy. The least capable of energy, the least capable consciousness, the lowest, consciousness, you would say. So we're talking about, and we didn't come from there, obviously. You came up from the original location, the beginning point. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, you guys. So you have incentive to watch this video to the end, because you're going to get a unique perspective. The Christos information is very unique on the planet, because most of it's New Age, most of it's religion. So we're coming here with this unique point of view, and you can resonate with it or not. What do you feel when you hear this information? You'll hear this tonight, and you check yourself how it made you feel and what you started thinking about. Machiwa. Nicholas, much respect, Vato, yeah. Thank you for supporting Christos Avatar, and that's how it's done, homies. Much respect. And we got, Indigo Wizard in the house? Indigo, Vato, what's up, homie? We got our moderator, one of our moderators. I know sometimes I start too late for Starman, and that's okay. I love you, Starman. Whatever you're doing. And so and I'm going to be showing you guys tonight the time matrix diagram, and you will be able to visualize some of these concepts, because it could be advanced, but not really, because we're going to break it down for you. And on this channel, I talk about consciousness and spiritual awakening and this spiritual ascension process, and that's the main focal point, is ascension. Okay, and also talking about that this is a spiritual warfare happening. Whether you want to just be peaceful and just not be bothered by any aggressive, negative, or dark consciousness, well, it's here regardless. It's here, and you find out higher identity and the higher agenda of yourself, that you came here as the guardian aspect of the spiritual war. There's guardians, and there's the beings who fell. And now that they fell in their consciousness, now they want to harm and kill and eat, devour, consume the light. So realize it goes all the way up to the 11th dimension. After the 11th dimension, it's all good. It's all love. It's all, the original expression of God. Because this is not the original expression or intention of God. This down here is a distortion. And so we're basically learning about this, the 3 flames. And those are the creators, the first creations, the ones that seeded life. And so we talk about the first one being the blue flame. Okay? They're called the Elohei. Elohei, blue flame. This is the guardian race that came first. And under them came the gold flame Seraphei. Now you might have heard of these words, but in a different form, like Elohei Elohim, Seraphei Seraphim. And the third one, the third flame, is Bra-ha-Rama, the violet flame. So we are learning about the Elohei, Seraphei, and Bra-ha-Rama, the Universal Trinity, blue flame, gold flame, violet flame. And each one, let's start with the blue flame. The blue flame created races underneath it. Now what are these beings? What's the blue flame? What's Elohei? What's Seraphei? Are they angels? Well, they're actually higher than angels. They're even higher than the avatars, which we make a big deal about, because the avatars are the Christ, the Christos. That's who we are. That's where we come from. That's where the angels, it's called the Terahertz angelic human race. That's our original state, not this state, not down here. This is a distorted state of our angelic state. Realize the Terahertz, not mentioned in your Bible, not talked about in the New Age. Okay, this is Christos, and the Christos remind us of the Elohei, Seraphei, and Bra-ha-Rama. Do you hear these New Agers talking about holy beings like the Elohei? I don't hear them talking about the founders' races. Oh, they're going to talk about the Anunnaki as being the creator gods. No, hello. Oh, they're going to tell you Marduk or Enlil or some other gods. You guys, this is a major distortion going on that's very popular out there. People are falling for it. People are gobbling it up as truth, as the only truth. Like, they don't look at the principles that's being expressed. You're a light being. You should feel distortion. Yes? Something bothered you about that material. Okay? So that's what we're talking about, because those beings are not talking about the true Christos or Christ. They're not even talking about Christ. Right? They're not even talking about the spiritual aspects. Instead, now you're going towards skin color and races, and my skin's melatonin and yours is not. You get instead of truth, you're getting some distortion, right? That's creating this. It's continuing and manifesting this energy, and that's exactly what we're talking about and exposing as light. What does light do? Shines. Shining light. Light shines. Shine. Well, when you shine, it goes out this energy consciousness. Well, it shows. You get a flashlight to see in the darkness. So light shines. Light exposes darkness. So realize that if someone is saying, I'm spiritual, but they're talking about dark principles and basically, lip service, not walking the talk, but doing something different. Oh, I'm spiritual, I'm a guardian, but hello. Okay, so we realize these distortions, and we're gonna shine our light and bring this Christos code, speak it, okay, teach it, share it, make pictures, diagrams. Hello, this is what we do. This is why we're here. Okay, to speak in your circle of friends, in your community, in your family, and you're a representative. You're a walking, talking representative. At least you're supposed to be, holy ones. We're supposed to be resonating and finding who our calling, and hey, I'm Christos. You found, brother, sister, your family. Okay? And so this family, these Christos beings are bringing this knowledge. We're learning about the structure of God, of our creation. Okay? You don't hear them talking about the unified field physics in this New Age or in the Bible. You're not getting it there. You won't get it there. Okay? So we're going to learn exactly what is creation, what God created, how God created. It wasn't like some 7 days nonsense. Realize that creation is still creating. Creation is still in the process of and non-stop creation. But it started, the Guardians remind us, of this matrix, of this life field, a grand life field, that's 950 billion years old. Okay? That's how ancient we are. And so we're like finding the beginnings and the origins of all life. And that started with the Universal Trinity. So it is another conversation to talk about the unified field. We could talk about all of it, but that would be a whole nother video. But just realize the information I've already talked, it's out there. The videos are here. You could also listen to our Ashiana Dean, our teacher, to speak about it. And it's called the Time Matrix. Just put in the Time Matrix, and you will learn about this reality field as being a hologram. And these beings were projected here the three flames, the three founder races were projected by higher consciousness. Okay? That which is outside of the time matrix. And you would call them ascended masters. All right? So the ascended masters projected, transmit, send, project. These beings projected, God projected its consciousness into a 15-dimensional hologram, and this has got structure. It was designed to be in a spectrum, from highest to lowest spectrum, energy-wise, not in intrinsic value. We're talking about how much energy, and the highest, biggest energy is the top, and it goes like that. Less energy, less energy, less energy. It's actually like spheres within spheres, within spheres, within spheres. This is God. This is the form, the creation, the structure of God. So God is in spheres, not flat earth, it's spheres. Okay? So God is in spheres. And so this is spectrum, highest to lowest. Just notice it gets less. That's literally what it is. It's less energy, less consciousness. Each one is a downstep, a downstep, a downstep. So we're talking about the full expanded step, the first step in the 15-dimensional hologram. There's more outside of it. We're talking about in the side, our creation of where we exist. And so those first three, 1, 2, and 3, are the primary founder races. So this is Elohei, Blue Flame. This is Seraphei, Gold Flame. And this is Bra-ha-Rama, Violet Flame. And this is the 12th dimension, where the Christos, Christ, exists. Inside here is just, you keep going down and down and down. You go through avatars, you go through the oversouls, you go through the souls, and then finally into the incarnates. This is what's going, this is the creation. This is what we are in. This is what the blue flame, gold flame, violet flame is. Elohei, Seraphei, Bra-ha-Rama. We speak these words. We remember and honor this consciousness and this knowledge. The innerchristos freedom teachings by Ashiana Dean and the Guardians has been brought to us since 1998. All these years, there's been this flow, a transmission of Christ, of Christos knowledge. Ancient, not new age or religion. Ancient, beyond the worlds that we're talking about right now. This knowledge actually comes from Melchizedek, which is in the first level of God. You would say, when God projected itself first, it was the Ekar. And in the Ekar, the Akkadic level, is the first, you would say, cause, the first sound field, the first of everything. And inside this, that's where you get another sphere called now we're talking a higher physics of beyond the time matrix. So within here, you got something called the polaric, okay? And then within the Akkadic, polaric, and then the triadic. Those are 3 levels of the sound fields these are columnar waves. This is a whole nother different physics of the time matrix, But this is called the Kirushe. And in the Kirushe is the beginning of all life. You would say all these are eternal gestalts of consciousness. And they made, I know Ashiana talks about 24 time matrices, like a group of 24. Okay? So there's a group of 24 time matrices, and we're just one time matrix with a Universal Trinity. All these other creations have their own creations, their own people, their own Metaterrestrials, their own Extraterrestrials, their own life, their own history and dramas. We're talking about ours. Just know in the back of your mind that there's many of these time matrices. Who knows what they're called in the other worlds? They're not all being designed by Melchizedek. There's other, ascended masters creating time matrices. So the Ashiana goes into all this world, man. All these God worlds. And it's a structure, a literal structure, and you can see it. I mean, you can see it laid out and talked about and described and spoken by the Guardians. It looks like alien point of view or something. When you look at it, you're like, what? Huh? I mean, she'll explain it to you in a 9-hour or 12-hour plus workshop, but, you know, when you see it for the first time, like I did in 2012 in Phoenix, I think it was Sliders 6 or something like that. 6 or 9, I think. But I was there, and I saw this. It was in a giant auditorium, so it was huge. Mylar screen, you know, her little Mylar she uses, and she projected that on this big ass wall, dude. And I was like, "What does this mean? What is it? What is she saying?" Dude, I needed to go through a Cathara, and I was learning Cathara at the same time I was learning Sliders. It didn't work out. I needed to learn just Cathara, and then but I didn't want to miss seeing Ashana speak, so I wanted to be there, and I was there. So I only saw Carrie Cassidy on the first day, I think. No, she was there. She was there 2 days. I don't know about the third day. I don't remember seeing her on the third day. She didn't go to Biosphere though. I didn't see Carrie in Biosphere. But anyways, this is basic. You would say Guardian 101. It's important to know your heritage, right, and to understand this structure that we exist in. Because if you know the 15-dimensional time matrix, man, you understand. You're already way ahead of the game of most New Agers. Okay, so they think the shit is 5D or something, and that's it, you know. And they call it Gaia. They don't even understand what really is Gaia. So, or the physics of this. And shoot, you start learning even in Voyagers. Ashana is going to be hitting you with this physics. So have fun with that part, unless you're a mathematician or something. It's took me a while to learn about the Partakai physics, because that's what this is. You know, I did not understand that, man. It took me a long time banging my head. What? Partakai units, Particum, Particay, fission, fusion, you know, what? So I don't want you to go through that torture. So we're gonna break it down and simplify it. You know, make it like smother it with love and what's that called? That book is called The Book for Stupid People, or what's it called? It's the Idiot's Guide. The Idiot's Guide to this or that. So nice name, right? But yeah, some people profiting from negative template, you would say, sound code. Because you guys don't realize when you speak, you're speaking power. It's the sound is more, I think it's misunderstood. It's more advanced than light. Sound is greater than light. It doesn't make sense, or maybe it does, because you realize it's the greater fields of consciousness that are even beyond our time matrix that you will someday return back to. You won't be trapped here forever or whatever. You know, you'll get beyond this. What is this? Reincarnation. That's not normal. You shouldn't be rinse and repeat. You're meant to go beyond what you are now. And you know that involves transformation. Metamorphosis into a higher level entity being, like a ghost-like being. See, the less body you have, the more ghost-like you are, the more evolved you are. The more see-through, the more transparent, you know, the more evolved this consciousness is. Because it has less body. Having a body being more and more and more dense is less evolved. You want to be angelic-like, angel-like, ghost-like, you know, spirit-like. You don't want to be physical. This is less evolved, homie. And think about gender for a moment. Gender is less evolved than androgynous, because it's a downstep from androgyny. You just split into two genders, huh? So I got the lag notice again. Sorry guys, it happens sometimes. But wow, we just hit 100, huh? I just saw 100 there. And then I get this lag notice. But yeah, you guys realize, what is gender? It's splitting of an androgynous being into mostly magnetic and mostly electric. Obviously, women have both and men have both, but women have mostly magnetic, men have mostly electric. And so it's a splitting, a specialization, but you're supposed to be complete, not split. But they did that to us in our race. In Gaia, they did this to us. But it's so weird because it was actually strand 1 where they did our gender. So that's why you see in strand 1, Hyperbornea on one side and Polaris doing the other strand, half strand. They did a half strand, vatos. So they both together made a full strand. One race did this half, the other race did the second half. So they did it both together. Hyperborneans and Polarians did our strand 1. Lumerians did strand 2, DNA strand I'm talking about. The Atlanteans did strand 3, and we're trying to do strand 4, but most people have a stub. They don't have a 4th strand. They're stuck. And some people have only 2.5 strand. According to Ashiana, there's some humans here that only have 2.5 strands. But most humans are between 3 and trying to get to 4. So you realize what dimension we're in. You guys know that we're actually right to the end of the 2nd dimension. We're trying to get to the 3rd dimension. We're not even through the 3rd dimension yet. We're not finished yet. But some consciousness evolves or comes down from a higher evolved place, and they have that DNA. They can leave Earth when they die or get abducted. So you realize there's different levels of people, different levels of consciousness. I thought I just saw Starman. What's up, Starman? Hey, bro. I know it's late, so you guys can leave when you have to. No problem. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Chris. Yes, every human being on Earth has a higher self. And yes, that's what we've been trying to describe. We come from the top. You're not this lowly human, if you want to call it lowly human. Just realize we're actually these guardians, having experience in all these levels. So you actually have several higher selves. Now, if you want to break it down, we live in one dimension. One dimension, okay? One dimension is like 8,000 plus years. Okay, so half of that would be a time continuum, which is around 4,400 years. So we have this, you would say, you would live many lifetimes. So all of the lifetimes that are higher than where you are down here is your higher self. You have many selves. Those are higher selves. So according to Ashiana and the Voyagers 2 book, you can get it on PDF for free. Guess what? It says that you have a minimum of 1,728 lives. That means other selves. So you don't actually, what's going on is you're bringing up your consciousness, returning back to Source God. Return to God by reclaiming your consciousness. And what we do is we're down here, we're trying to pull in higher consciousness to us that elevates this so you can ascend. Hello. It's like you have an ocean of consciousness, a pool. Imagine a pool, an ocean, and inside is all this 3D consciousness. You sprinkle some 4D consciousness, indigos, into this pool, and some 5D consciousness into the pool. The pool goes up, the frequency. the consciousness goes up. And then you sprinkle some 6-dimensional consciousness, and it goes up more. The 144. So you got this consciousness raised on Earth, and now some people can ascend. Indigos don't come. Well, shit, you're not gonna ascend. You're gonna be stuck in this loop, stuck in this reincarnation. Hit the ceiling and repeat. Die and rinse and repeat. Like kind of like what's his name? Tom Cruise in that movie. Die another day, or is it die in? I don't know. Something like rinse and repeat. You just kind of like, okay, what are we actually accomplishing? You're supposed to go through metamorphosis. You're supposed to change into a completely more evolved being. I'm trying to get this in your definition, in your awareness. Metamorphosis is complete change. You're no longer even close to this human anymore. Not the same body, not the same conscious abilities, not the same consciousness. Metamorphosis, a bioregenesis, a whole nother being. No longer little human, 5 foot, 6 foot. Now you're some giant, right? Who's carbon crystal being. Who's, according to the Guardians, we're eternal life up there. We don't age and die. There is no diseases or cancers. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? You don't fart, you don't poop, you don't eat, you don't get old and wrinkly. I'm sorry for being disgusting, because we're kind of disgusting down here. Realize we're a distortion. Not to be not nice or something, but we're a serious distortion of what we really are. We're like trolls and creatures and goblins. When you're walking around at Walmart, you see humans who are very distorted beings. Not pretty like their original form. I don't mean to say pretty, I mean perfect. Not perfect like your original 12D body. A distortion, 9 distortions you get from 12 to 3D, 12D to 3D. That's a lot of distortion. Like Frankenstein. Oh, we're beautiful. Am I communicating? Realize that we're distortion. Physically, mentally, spiritually, a distortion of our Christed level. The Christos is a level. It's a way up here level. Oh yeah, 12th dimension. Okay? We're trying to return to that divine body, perfect body, non-aging body. And you do when you get to 5D, honey. Realize this Ternesium angelic human race with 12 strands of DNA, these Christed ones, guess what? They live in the 5th dimension and 6th dimension. Realize these beings have this badass DNA and they're guarding. They're guarding. What's up? You have the Azarites down here guarding. So that's an even more powerful race than the Christos. They have up to 40 strands of DNA. Most of you starseeds, indigos, have up to 24 minimum. While the human Christos goes up to 12, well, the Azarites and the Oraphim angels, they go up to 24 strands and beyond. So realize that we are returning to this awareness, and these beings are where we come from. It's what we are up there. And you want to pray to God, you can pray, communicate to these beings. Just realize that they're not meant to be worshipped. We're not worshiping Holy Elohei. We're not worshiping Holy Seraphei or Holy Bra-ha-Rama. We're Elohei. We're Seraphei. We're Bra-ha-Rama. We are the Synod Masters, the Triadic, the Polaric, and the Ecadic, who created these beings. Hello. At the end of the day, well, not at the end of the day, always, you're God. You're just God, man. What's up, God? What's up, Holy One? I call you Holy One, and now you understand why. Because you're God, Holy Ones. God put itself in a hologram, and now God's experiencing this drama because it wanted to. This is what God wants, homie. God wants to experience this. Think about that. That you are God experiencing itself in a hologram. A special place for God to explore thoughts, experiences, lifetimes of experiences from all of us. We're all God, and this is a creation of God that's learning, creating. This is God in action, vatos. Maybe we don't understand why God wanted to experience a polarization, but it did. To know itself, to be itself, to create and decide itself. That's what God's doing in this 15-dimensional hologram, which started with the Universal Trinity. Okay? Elohei Seraphei Bra-ha-Rama, the Holy Blue Flame Elohei, and they have orders. You would call them Emerald Order. Something's wrong with my connection, so guys, sorry. Emerald Order, and then the Gold Order, and then the Violet Flame. Their order is called the Amethyst Order. So we talk a lot about the Emerald Order, okay? Because they're the ones that, remember, they're the first sphere. Holy Elohei Blue Flame was the first sphere. The Gold Flame's inside of it, and the Violet Flame's inside of that, and then there's a Scarlet Flame inside of that, actually. But that's kind of like another topic. Sorry about the lag, guys. Is it really bad? What's up, Pink Elephant Love? Caliste Artemis. Greetings, holy ones. Much respect. Janice, Nicholas, Jennifer. Yeah. I'm still here, you guys. It's just this stupid attack with the connection. I don't know why. I'm going to have to see if I can get a boosted internet because I'm tired of this. Oh, wow, I lost all you. What the shit? Are we still here? Are you guys still here? Yeah. Okay, I'll explain Vega. Are you guys still live? I see you guys coming in. Nicole, it just has this connection. All right, Helena, Janice. Someone didn't want the truth to get out. I agree with you. Yeah, this is a spiritual warfare. But we have patience. It usually happens and goes away. Spirit refreshing itself. But yeah, we have the Holy Elohei, man. And it's the first cause, and it trips me out because I would like it explained to me by Ashana or someone, because you guys are familiar with the information, okay, right? If Holy Elohei is 13th dimension, how is the Gold Flame the 14th dimension, and then the 15th dimension? So that's just my question, but I've heard her explain something about the 13th dimension, where there's an expansion that happens when it enters the 13th dimension. So the expansion expands within Elohei. The expansion expands within Elohei. That's how I was. That's how I understood it finally when I saw a video of her finally saying that. Something about the 13th dimension where you have to go here, light expands, and then, you know, it continues down to the 12th dimension, and then the 11th and 12th. But anyways, somebody asked about Vega. Planet Vega is one of the 3 planets. Now remember, we're talking about the Universal Trinity. And I also explained that each one of them created some ET races. And so the Elohei created a cat people, and some of them fell, and they became the Anu Elohim. And so we have Anu Hazi and living on Armatena planet, and then the Anunnaki were living on Avion, planet Avion. And then we had all the Gold Flame races living on planet Vega. So it's one of the 3 Lyran founder race planets. So let me check chat because we're dealing with the internet issue, guys. Machiwa. Much love to you guys. We got Elixir Vision, Megan, Sassy Cindy. All right. Love you. I'm glad you guys are coming together. Seriously, 3-3. Dude, we seen tonight 4-4, 1-1, and now 3-3. 33 people online. So we will get this through. We will get through. I'm gonna get through. So blessed are you guys. You are priests of light, and we represent this light, and we bring this truth, and we speak it in our. And we're not perfect down here because, you know, we're distorted, right? So we're not perfect. So I never said I was, and no one's, even Ashana's not perfect, you know. We're not perfect down here. We're distorted. We can transmute a lot of that. We can fix and correct a lot of that. But that's what the information teaches, that we have the power to become these masters of consciousness, masters of energy again, and fix the shit. That's basically, in a nutshell, what we're doing in the Christos. In Ashana's work, this guardian work, we're learning how to access consciousness, and they teach us once again these mechanics of light, sound, color, you know, symbol code, and the base codes of matter again. We're learning this, and you learn the visualizations. You'll close your eyes, go in a meditative state, run these symbol codes and the technique, and you'll be using breath. Inhale, and pulling, exhale, pushing, transmitting. You're going to learn all of the chakras, even your hand chakras. She'll teach you how to use your hands, and how to, what the Reiki doesn't even teach you is, this is, you know, one is positive, and the back of the hand would be the opposite, negative, positive. So if you don't put one on top of the other, then this is just going out. You have a very weaker energy, because it's bleeding out of the top of your hand. You have to cover that up with the opposite polarity. There you go. Almost like you're giving resuscitation. You put one hand over the other. Okay. Machiwa. I don't know how long we're gonna have this connection. This fixes. Mochiwa. So the Holy Elohei was the first creation. And they created a race of felines, feline hominids. And so they're the Anuhazi. They're the first race, the first that was on planet Armatena, which we all know now through these teachings is the future version of Earth. We're not the center of the universe, but we're way up there at the top. Realize there's more than just us. There's more than one planet. Okay, there's more than one people. But we're right up there at the top. the Elohei created the Anuhazi cat people. The cat people created another race in density 3 called the Lyran Syrian Anuhazi. So a downstep of that holy beings, a downstep of the Christ. Now this holy beings created the Oraphim angels and created which helped to make the DNA for the Azarite angels, which also created the Maharaji blue human people, and then that DNA was created to make the Tyranesium angelic human race. What's up, holy Elohei, Blue Flame? What's up, Blue Flame? Blue Flame speaker. Realize guardian angels, indigo children, blue skin, blue aura, indigo aura, and we have this heritage. Star beings, man. This is star wisdom, a universal cosmic, not limited to Earth, not originating from Earth, but hey, I guess it did. Earth, Tara, Gaia, Armentana. Earth becomes Tara, which becomes Gaia, which becomes Armentana. Human becomes Taran, becomes Gaian, becomes Anuhazi. Human becomes a giant, Chihuahua. You're bigger. You're up to 14 feet tall, 9 to 14 tall. That's what the average. And so giants are real, vatos. We're shorties. The bigger, the more profound. The more I've heard Ashana explain it. You need a bigger body because you have much more freaking energy at these higher dimensions to hold it. These are vehicles, man, of energy. Vehicles of consciousness, which is energy. I try to like just underline it and bold it in exclamation. Okay, we are doing this code. We're bringing this Christos, man. The Holy Elohei, the Emerald Order. It's the blue, right? But we call it it's actually pale turquoise, which you can call blue, a type of blue, like aqua. Maybe like that. Like a light. That's why it's called pale turquoise. If you want to connect to that energy, imagine pale turquoise. The color, not bright turquoise, regular turquoise, like a pale or a pastel turquoise. So imagine a 6-pointed star. Not an 8-pointed star. Not a 5-pointed star. What's up? A 6-pointed star of David. We're not talking about from the Bible point of view, okay? Just realize most people know it as the Star of David. 6-pointed star. Which is, when you look at it three-dimensionally, is a Merkaba. Is a star tetrahedron. Mwaka, yes. Which is a consciousness structure, energy form. I love you, holy vatos. I think we might have got through the connection problem. I think it improved. It will be better now. I mean, it should be okay. Wait a second. I don't know if I missed one of your donations. I might have done that, you guys. I'm sorry if I did. Because... yeah, I must have missed the donation. Did I? Let me double check. I'm having some problems. But you guys realize that some of you may not be from Blue Flame or focused on Blue Flame. Maybe some of you... Helena! Thank you, Helena. Yeah, I know I must have missed a few, but I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Helena. Much respect, sister. I like the little guy dancing. What's up? What's up? What's up? Much love. Blessings to you. Much respect. Starseeds in the house. Megan Montez, little fox. Yeah, look at that little fox. Much love, you guys. So much love. And Callista, of course. Wait, why did it go off? Did it just go off again? Are we still like live or what? I guess they don't want to see this. I pushed refresh and it goes back to say excellent connection. Woohoo! Party time. Yeah. Yep, something's messing with us. They don't want this congregation. They don't want us coming in union. What's up? Yes. Somebody like who's really strong in your abilities, bring this connection back. Protect this connection. Like make it stable now. Stable and protected. You guys have the time right now to do it. Some of you please do it. Bring this strength to the connection. We're gonna have a good connection. We're having a good connection. You feel the good connection. We have this frequency. You feel it. No, see, there it goes again. Sorry guys. And you see the audience dumps all the way down. I see a graph in front of me so I can see where it goes down and back up and then down. Since nothing's coming through, what should I do? Just dance, man? What's up? What's up? Holy Elohei, Blue Flame, homies. What's up, homies? What's up? What's up, Gold Flame? What's up, Violet Flame? Magenta, yeah, magenta. Pale yellow, and pale turquoise. Pale turquoise, pale yellow, pale magenta. Can you remember that? Can you visualize that? Can you see that? Well, I can show you guys a way. I see myself dancing on the screen. What the fuck? We got this, man. They attacking us. They're not happy, baby. Like, this guy's speaking too much truth. This guy's shining too much light. Those people over on Crystal's avatar, what are they doing, man? The Christos, vatos. You guys are powerful avatars, man. What's up? I'm gonna bless the space, Holmes. What's up? Let's get some incense. We're gonna light it up with frankincense. Choco masuta shewaha manateke wais. Alright. Let's do this. Are you ready? I'm ready. What's up? Oh, this fan is on. I gotta put this out of the wind. Yeah, getting there lit, getting lit. Yeah. Cause this is strong, man. Frankincense, vatos. It is purifying and protecting. So cleansing and protecting. We could always use that. Remember, it's a spiritual war. It could be even under your own household or in your job site, friends or your employees or whatever, or boss or maybe, you know, in your church or whatever you're else part of. Chikismatosha Mokoya. Got it going on, man. It's lighting. It's fumigating. We're gonna get it fumigating. We're gonna get some benzoin. Benzoin. These are righteous resins, holy ones. I'm just, you know, sharing this craft with you. Realize this used to be like super expensive. Only rich royals could get it. Machiwa. Same with crystals. Only the wealthy had crystals back in the day. Until, you know, we have these giant companies who can bring them out of the earth and polish them and stuff and bring them to the regular folks. Now crystals are cheap, basically. I mean, some of them, of course, are expensive. There are minerals, precious minerals even. We're gonna get this amber bottles. Why? Because amber, well, first of all, it's millions of years old. It's got a powerful energy, a wonderful aroma, and it's strong as shit. Bottles. This is the gourmet, man. This is the, ooh, yeah. Dude, it's one of my favorite smells. But the smoke is too potent. I can't. Oh, chassis. Get it all up in your face, man. Get it all around your body, batos. $360, homie. $360. Shikas matos. It's sacred. It's a ceremony. You revere spirit. You revere these higher consciousness, which is you. And what's up? Might as well prepare yourself to meet these higher conscious levels of yourself. Yeah. Koyesua. Pib. 888. Awesome. Thank you, Holy Ones. Much respect. Clear all electric smog. Yeah, you said a Holy One. Yeah, I actually have some of that royal high gel. I have like freaking 5 pounds of it, man. Makoye. I just never sold it. I kept it to myself. I still have it. Shit. I used to get this really exotic wood too that was expensive as shit, man. It was crazy wood, but it had this high value to it because the energy was super amazing. It's called agar wood. If you look up agar wood, like incense or something, you will find it's super expensive. But I had to import that from other countries, and I was also getting imported essential oils. That's a powerful resource because we talk about crystals and incense resins, not stick incense. Okay, real incense, real energy, and you could even find fake crystals, but they're mostly legit. I mean, if you see a crystal that's like freaking red or like pure red or something, something's not up. Obviously, there's some reddish looking like carnelian or red jasper or something, but it's not like pure red. It's artificial. So I recommend essential oils too. So you can put that on a chakra. You know, some people use witch hazel or something, or frankincense, or something else, sandalwood, or you'll learn about it. There's a science to to essential oils and aromatherapy, you know, and like they have these little diffusers, right? And you put essential oils in, and they will diffuse that energy in your space. So you got your energies, but might as well co-create with some sacred resins or essential oils. Essential oils are powerful, man. And if you put them near energy points, learn where your energy points are, and learn which medicine to use. Treat it like medicine. Sukashmai. Sotokuchima pa henche ke wasoni mika ini chua totish. Hava ka ichi wasunoni mohona. Ai potetiwa wa epikititas. Ai potononi bikinichi and cosante. Ai tutumai pekoni pusotoye. I could keep going, but I'll stop it for now. This is a light language, and I can connect to it sometimes. I get this lag notice again. We just pushed through it, homie. And I don't know why it does this, and it's nonsense, but Chukas Hocho Hata Holy Elohei Holy Seraphei, which is the gold flame. Well, we got the cat people. They have dragon moths, reptilians, bird people, mantis people, dinoids, insectoids. They have a whole bunch of races. So that's, and then the violet flame, they have peaceful races like the Pegasus. There's a main race called the aquatic apes, and there's dolphin race, and there's the whale people, the Inu, and I'm pretty sure the unicorn's coming out of there. So we have all of these mythical beings in animals and stuff. They're based on divine holy beings in the cosmos, man. These are some of the forms that were seeded by God. It's not part of fantasy, and fairies are real. They're actually elementals. They're in the second dimension. So we are learning all this in this time of spiritual awakening and ascension. And that's when this knowledge returns to Earth, when it's needed. When hey, ascension cycle, that means there's a window, it'll end sometime. So you want to ascend during the ascension cycle. So, and anything could happen not so cool. It's not like you should probably wait around to find out what happens. You know, you gotta get your spiritual affairs in order, guys. You gotta know this knowledge, know how to do it, so you can prepare your vessel, for Stargate travel. Because that's what Ascension is, homie. Being able to leave through a Stargate. Is your consciousness ready for that? You would be destroyed if you're not. That's why you can't go there. Unless you have the DNA. You see what I'm saying? You don't ascend unless you have the energy necessary for ascension. Now, I've heard something, even in Voyagers 2, you will hear it. There's a chapter on it. That there's 3 things that will happen to people. Some people will die and go through ascension that way. Some people will be taken by spacecraft. But this means you will have to since you don't have the DNA, you're going to either have to get a clone that has the DNA to go in that world, and there's also talk of you will have to wait a while, and the Guardians will help you get your last strand, but depending on how long you take, and then you ascend. So those are 3 routes. Hopefully you're one of the ones who have the DNA. You're one of the ones leaving and going to another reality. You're going to go through metamorphosis, because it's another whole density universe. We're all the first, subatomic life, animal life, plant life, elemental life, and human life are all within density 1. Okay? There's a lag thing again. So everything in the next level, see, they have a different bodies and stuff and different levels of consciousness. Well, they're going to be more evolved. They're going to look like gods to us. They're going to be like gods to us, man. They're not. And they will act like it. Some of them will. But it's not gods. They're just advanced beings claiming to be your creators. They didn't create you, man. So they created other races. So but not humans. It's a bunch of bullshit. You're going to hear people from Inky saying, oh, Inky's my creator god, or Sumerian gods, or Greek gods, or whatever gods. Hebrew god. You know, any god. You know, we're talking about the Anunnaki, or the reptilians, claiming to be your creator gods. And you have creator god stories. Oh, you were created in 7 days. Oh, you're created by this god Odin, or this god Zeus, or what the hell? Kronos. Thoth. Anubis. Isis. Worshipping these gods, worshipping these fallen angels, worshipping these beings who are you're part of a satanic network, a Luciferian network. Satanic, reptilians. Luciferian, Anunnakis. What's up? That's from the Guardian point of view, the Christos information. Satan comes from you would say, a Nibirian fallen angelic race. Marduk, Machiwa. Luciferian is coming from Inky. Mochivas. Avastia. And you have Enlil, of course. Shikas. These creatures are not human looking. Just imagine demons. And you would probably see some of these beings there.